Welcome to Lifestyle Balance. In this episode, we prepare to leave Indonesia and cross the Indian Ocean. Join us on this adventure. So far, our journey has taken us from Langkawi across the Malacca Straits to Banda Aceh. We went through the Cut to the western side of Sumatra. We then moved out to Below Island and south to the Banyak Group. Onward we went to Nias Island and Afulu, where we met our friends and had a lot of fun there. Now we move towards the Tello Group and then onward out into the Indian Ocean. We're heading south. We've left Afulu this morning. We've got 5 knots of wind, about 95 degrees. We're doing okay with our speeds. We're actually maintaining 5 knots in the wind. We've got our big code 0 out and we're hoping to get to the bottom of Nias Island and onward to Tello tomorrow. So, hopefully good sailing. I enjoy my last waves at the Tello Group, and then we pack up the surfboards. We have been anchoring in Sumatra Bay in the Tello Group. It's a very nice sandy beach, clear water, and very comfortable and safe bay. Tello's town provides us with a few more provisions as we prepare to leave Indonesia.
We got the Cocont outside this morning, but haven't used it at all. We almost getting there.
We were being optimistic. Quite happened, did it?
Optimistic. Prepare everything to use. Oh, don't hit the bird, Todd. Where will you anchor tonight?
Oh, we're going to go down into this bay down here.
Oh, there.
Yeah, just ahead of us. Very calm bay, very comfortable. I've been here 7 or 8 times.
Wow.
There's a swell around, there's some surf, so you get the best of both worlds. Even a dugong in this bay.
Whoa.
Last time I was here. Well, he's been here for many years.
So now they might have a big family.
Well, it'd be nice. There's not many left. This is Kavin and Jeanine on Fluid Motion. Together we will be crossing the Indian Ocean. Are you okay here?
We're starting to get below 30 feet and that comes below 30 feet, so we're deeper ground.
Okay, because the anchorage is in the corner up here.
Okay, we're good out here.
Yeah, you just roll a lot more. Surf rates over there. Right-hander.
That's all right, yeah. Oh.
Muda. In this scene, we arrange for coconuts to come on board. They're very good to have on a long journey.
As in 5,000 satu. I want 10 sepuluh muda, 50,000 ribu.
Try and get the younger coconuts. What you're actually after is a medium type coconut, but muda in Indonesia means young, but these guys know exactly what you're after. If you get a younger one, it's easier to cut, it has a softer flesh, and it also has sweeter water. The idea is
Anchor up.
anchor up, thinking about going to, well, our next destination. Secret.
Okay.
But before we leave, maybe I can get one more wave in at Bojo's. So we're going to go to there, and then it looks like we're heading off.
We're heading off to the west.
To the
ocean.
west. It's west. Yeah, out there somewhere.
Somewhere the west. Okay. Anchor up.
We departed Sumatra, the Tello group, at approximately latitude 0. We took a southwesterly course until we reached 12 degrees south and turned west toward Madagascar. We aimed for 60 nautical miles south of the headland. The winds compress against Madagascar, so we used those winds to run north around the top of the headland. Fluid Motion's course was different to ours. They went due south to 14 degrees. They then turned west on the southeast trade winds, heading toward Madagascar. It will be 2 months before we see Kavin and Jeanine on Fluid Motion again. Yes?
This day one we stopped already.
We haven't gone more than 5 miles and we've stopped. Well, that was a big journey.
It is a big journey, but it sounds good to me.
I think after here, Madagascar is only, what, 5 miles away from here? Might get an early start.
I don't know. It's Bojo Island is supposed to be the last surf break for Todd. It's over there, but we already passed. And it's no surf for Todd. But he's still happy. Look at him, he's happy. No surf, no cry. Why he decided to get off? He survived. Somehow, I have a last jump in the water before we heading off. Now it's time to ready to go.
On to a westerly course. Yeah, I'm hoping for some southeast wind. We got a little bit. Doing about 3.5 to 4 knots. Just about to turn the engine off. It's ticking over just to give us a little bit of speed over ground. Make some southing. Now we're going west. So, yeah, into the night. On day 2, dawn brought stronger winds, around 12 knot apparent. We started doing 8.5 to 9 knot boat speed. The night before, we had around 4 and 5 knot boat speed. The sea state is comfortable, and our direction is good, so we continue to press on toward Madagascar. That is good, that's excellent. Each day we continue to stay in touch with Fluid Motion with HF Radio on a regular schedule. We'd give our course positions and discuss weather. It's about there-ish, right there.
57 miles apart.
So they're there, they've come out here, sort of on this angle, pretty close to the same angle we have, and we've come a little bit more west. They've got 15 knots where they are.
15 knots of wind or speed.
15 knots of wind. And we've got 8 to 10 knots where we are. But tomorrow there's going to be a low pressure, well, there's going to be a low wind area around us here. We need to continue south to around about 4 degrees.
The rain coming. But Todd said we can see through it, so we shouldn't have to worry too much.
With a low pressure system moving underneath us, we had cool air mixing with warm air. This created a few showers, but we didn't see thunder and lightning, fortunately, and we continue to press on in light winds under motor and sail. Fluid Motion had a different story. As that low moved towards them, the winds increased. They increased to a point where they hove to for a day. With the changes in the weather, we decided to put 3 reefs into the main, just in case we got any squalls during the night.
20 knots, 70-ish knots tonight.
Funny where it's comfortable, small cloud plants. Now just locking down the hatches with the screwdriver. We have little screws that we can screw the hatches down tight, make them watertight.
What's the wind speed?
Wind speed's not too bad. It's around about 18 to 20. We have had a blast of 30. It's the sea state that is the problem. It's kind of confused. Washing machine
Yeah, I
is
feel
what
like
we
that.
could call it. Otherwise, we're doing okay.
Yeah, let's have a look at the sail. You think my parents get seasick?
Well, if they get salt water on them, they will be sick.
Oh no.
They got a little bit on these leaves.
So if it's fresh water. Sunset time on day 3. The sea state is not too bad now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Absolutely beautiful morning out here. Nearly went for a wander. We've done 500 nautical miles. The sea state is very calm, as you can see behind me. Wind speed looking about 8 to 10 knots. We are on track. So we're doing a rum line, a direct straight course to the tip of Madagascar. 2,500 miles to run.
Day for sunset.
The 10-year-old outhaul on the wishbone had chafed through. I missed that on my inspection. It was hidden in behind something. I'll look toward that next time. But given 10 years, I think it did very well. Anyway, up the mast I went, replaced that, and we're back in business. Busy morning. We haven't had a repair to do. Didn't slow us down too much. It's a bit harder when you're at sea, rocking around halfway up a mast. Here we go, we're away again. I've taken a drink at the sunset.
Enjoy your tea.
I am. It's got a bit of ginger in there. It's very nice. Floated all night last night. You can hear it. Still going. Go light northeasterly. I'm predicting by the end of the day we'll be motoring again. Solar affected winds. Maybe southeast will come in. The cloud pattern is showing a little bit of southeast trying to move in. This is going to take a while to get through this low pressure system.
We turn the engine off and no wind, no sail. It's about noon time. We let the boat floating, so we turn the system off, everything off. It's about 2,300 miles away from Madagascar. And at noon time we have the VHF radio with our friend Fluid Motion, Kavin and Jeanine. Hopefully today we can have a signal and we can catch up where we are and where they are. Todd is standby for radios. Oh, not radio, VHF. Catch up with Kavin and Jeanine.
Can't hear you, I've got my earplugs in.
That's okay.
So much static. But anyway, we'll see if we can pick up fluid motion. We haven't been able to do that for 2 days.
Yes.
And even then it's been faint.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens today.
Mm-hmm.
How you read me, over? That's affirmative here as well. How's things going with you? Have you got any wind where you are? Over? Yeah, we're presently no wind, a slight breeze from the north. We're in a dead zone. We've been motoring for 18 hours just at 1500 RPM, literally just getting from A to B. Perhaps you can see something on the weather chart. Over.
Oh no, don't look at his haircut. We have 2 sessions for haircuts. The first session is yesterday. We're gonna finish the haircut today.
Yeah, we got a little bit of extra come off the back here.
No, we do front first and
Front's a bit of a mess,
and the
but we'll handle it. Our wind has come further behind us now, and we're on course for the tip of Madagascar. What I've done is put a handy billy onto the head sail to open the gap between the mainsail and the head sail, and that'll give us a bit better driving power, more speed, and better shape for our head sail. So all is looking good.
Kavin. Oh, flying fish. Oh, gone. Feel sorry for flying fish.
Gotta hold the pot, make a cup of tea, a little bit of a sea state, and a little bit of wind, gusting 25, but it's beam on. Here comes the big one.
Oh, yo, bomb.
Yeah, we're beam on to it, so everything's coming at us sideways. Yeah, bit of a rough night, but we're making progress. Still on course. Cup of tea time. By day 10 we started encountering ships. We were now in the shipping lanes that run from South Africa to the top of Sumatra down the Malacca Straits. They also split off toward India. It took us 5 days to get across the shipping lanes. This morning we got a little bit of weather coming in through from the south. That's a low pressure system that's sitting down below us. We hope that we continue to get a bit of a slingshot effect off that with the winds to drive us west. But to the north of us we have Chagos, the archipelago Chagos, which has Diego Garcia. That's 130 nautical miles away. Further north, 540 nautical miles away, we have Adu Atoll in the Maldive Island. This is our boat here. That's our GPS position and our direction. Now we left Tello island chain just here off the west coast of Sumatra, and we're travelling west. So we're over halfway now. Mung beans.
Mung beans bao.
Reminds me of my hippie days back in Byron Bay and in New Zealand also.
Give you energy.
Gives me energy. So we're just separating those. So we got some greens on board. Got plenty of southeasterly winds. Where are we going? We're going to do the little dance. We're doing a little dance.
Look at the seas there. Whoa!
It's a little bit jubbly wobbly, yeah. Anyway, plenty of wind.
From yesterday.
What's different from yesterday? Zero. Except we did get some sun in the morning.
Then somebody said to me today gonna be better.
It is better, look.
Look. Wait, better.
I'll explain that. Depends on your perspective of what better is. This is better worse.
I'm gonna walk across. I didn't walk.
Oh dear. Oh, there goes Laddie. She's off again. Little jubbly wobbly.
Let's go better.
Okay. There you go. Laddie's trying to stay still with the camera, but she's sort of like, oh, walking around. A little bit a washing machine effect this morning on the ocean. We tend to get this sameness. In the morning it's the washing machine.
Yeah.
In the afternoon it smooths out and very good sailing, less washing machine effect. And then in the evening we get stronger winds again.
Yeah.
The cloud all disappears into the night and we get a starry night. And good sailing until the early hours of the morning, and we repeat that cycle. Washing machine, smoothed out sea in the afternoon, and then good sailing into the evening, and the stars come out at night.
How are you this morning?
Oh, I'm good. It's nice to see a flat waters. Yeah. A bit stunned, really. It's different.
It is, isn't it?
Otherwise, yeah, still a little bit of grey cloud around. It was a starry night again last night. Yeah,
Beautiful.
basically, great conditions.
Yes, for me it's good condition too.
Got here, we've got perfect conditions. We call this a dream run. On the southeast trade winds, flat ocean. We're doing 10.5 knots to 11.5 knots on a little surf, and we're heading in the right direction. So at the end of the day, I'm very contented.
You can see that.
We're 300 nautical miles from Madagascar. We're running under headsail only. The reason for that is it's not because of the strong winds. The winds are only about 18 knots. It's the sea state. The sea state just does this in all different directions. Laddie's trying to stand up and hold the camera. But the sea state is what is so uncomfortable that we've slowed down and we're just sort of trying to walk the boat through it. We're doing about 7 knots. That's good enough. Let's see how we go for the rest of the day. Had a rough night last night. Lots of slamming and banging and wind. It wasn't very strong, the wind, 22 knots, but it was the sea state that was the problem. Ricky's still alive, laddie.
Oh, it's still alive.
This one's still alive. There we go. We'll help him out. Well, dustpan and stick. That works every time.
Tiny one.
That looks like it. One there. Okay, we're good. That's my job done for today. This is my helming position. In fact, the autopilot does all the work. Gonsurfing's design allows us to sit inside comfortably while we look out. I got through a couple of books on this trip.
It's 26 Celsius.
26 Celsius.
Look
Well, I
at
can
Tello.
assure you that the wind is colder than that.
Look at him, he's
It's-
freezing cold.
It's got a real chill to the air for a change. Very refreshing. We've got it now running, we're running with the wind to the top of Madagascar, 23.7 nautical miles to the top of Madagascar. We will round tonight at about 3 hours, so cup of tea time.
It's 9:30 p.m. Thailand time.
9:30 Thailand time,
9:30 p.m. but it's just about sunset here.
but it's 5:30 here.
It's 5:30 here. Ah, cold.
Freezing.
Freezing. No, have a look.
Well, good morning. We're now on the west side of Madagascar. Last night we crossed the top of Madagascar on the east side, around the top of Madagascar down the west side. The winds compress on the east side of Madagascar, and we use that as a slingshot effect to come up. Ran with it around the top. It was a little bit boisterous, about 25 knots. Overfalls, lots of waves and things against the current. We did time it with the tides. It didn't seem to work out too well, but it wasn't as bad as what we expected. We came 20 miles south at night time, anchored, and spent the night sleeping at anchor after 18.5 days of sailing across the Indian Ocean. Join us in the next episode as we sail south down the west coast of Madagascar. If you enjoy our videos, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. Also, click the like button and share this video with your friends. Hit the notification bell to receive the latest Lifestyle Balance episodes. Thank you again for sharing your time with us, and we hope you have a wonderful day.